What is freaking out? My name is Eve.
My name is Sarah.
And we are Burnt Out Perfectionists.
Yes.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
This will be coming out. Is this the last week of June?
Yeah.
Sam.
This will be next Monday, so the Friday would be the 27th. So yeah.
I don't know where it's gone.
And wait a second. It's Canada Day, July 1st. Next Monday?
No, it's next Tuesday.
Oh.
We could have totally played it off and not done an episode.
I've been like, because we're patriotic.
We are, to an extent.
Yeah, we are too.
At least I work.
I feel like everybody is. Might as well record. Why not?
Yeah, bring up some entertainment maybe while you're shooting at the Barbie.
Yeah, shooting at the Barbie. Maybe while you're trying to avoid family members that you don't want to see at a holiday function.
Yeah, there's a surprising amount of people who are like, oh, let's meet up for Canada Day. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I know. That used to be like a whole thing. Like, and it would start early in the morning because they would always have like kids stuff. And then it would go into like, you had to buy specialty tickets at clubs for like parties for Canada Day.
Which like, I feel like New Year's Eve is not hitting that hard anymore either.
No, I feel like New Year's Eve isn't. Because of budgets, but also like, I feel like a ton of like clubs in general have swapped over to like completely different facilities. Or in my case, 2 out of the 4 of them have been rubble. And they've put giant apartment buildings where they are.
What doesn't make sense to me either is when they'll be like, oh, we're not doing this because of COVID. And I'm like, it's outside.
Oh, I know.
Like,
some of them are like,
it's COVID.
It's outside. I know.
I thought it was 2025. Isn't that kind of like,
come and gone
at this point?
Times. I understand like why in a lot of towns they'll vary about like fireworks for obvious reasons. Like,
well, yeah,
that makes sense to me, but like I feel like so many people still use COVID. I mean, it's like, really, guys, we're gonna still use this as an option. We don't do that because of that. Like for the longest time when they were doing that because of daylight savings, because they didn't want to change it in BC. And then we found out it was because they were consulting with like Oregon, Washington, and California because of deliveries and all this other stuff. I'm like, they don't care. They're going to do whatever they want. How come we're depending on them?
I know. On this week's episode, before we get started, what is your survive and thrive this week?
My thrive is that the sports are ending this week and then there's nothing. So this is, I don't know if a lot of other parents do this, but this is my kid's first week of summer break. And what I tell her is there's no plans and we do absolutely nothing. And not like forcibly do absolutely nothing. Like she'll like read books and stuff like that and do some crafts, but like there's no real structure to this week. This is your chill week where you just kind of like completely decompress because the end of the year is like absolute pandemonium and it's a lot for a kid. Plus, in general, the way school works, like kids are there for hours learning and everything like that. And they should, in my opinion, should just be given a week to like breathe. She's in like one summer camp and stuff like that. And then I've signed up for a couple other things. Like, I don't know if people know, Chapters Indigo has these kids camps that you can sign up for depending on like your area and everything. And you pay $5, but you get $5 back in a Chapters gift card and they get to like make something. And they're there for like 2 hours.
A Chapters gift card?
Yeah, so basically you only pay the $5 to like reserve yourself in line. And then you get it back. Plus you're making a thing. Like my kid, I signed her up for a Lego one. So she gets the whole Lego kit that she gets to like build and do all this other stuff, which usually it's like a small project.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have like story time and a couple of other things. And I get my $5 back.
Why can't we have this for adults?
I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, damn, where is this for adults? Michael's for some areas isn't doing like on-site ones, but they have a cute little thing now where you go online and it's like, these are the projects of the week and you can click on them. They have the videos and then they also have the supplies you have to buy and all the other stuff, which I'm just like, they used to have it where you could pay and like go do it, which is so nice to like go do it in the store. A, you get your credit of the house and like B, there's less mess in your house, and the shit's there. But, yeah, I've just been looking into like a bunch of like little things like that to kind of like add on and have fun. Oh, and then our personal favorite, the Home Depot do-it-yourself kids craft workshop stuff. That stuff's always fun too. And I don't know, I'm just tired.
I I thought your survive was that it was the first week and you just are decompressing.
Well, I know. I was like, my thrive is also the same thing. My survive and thrive match this time.
That's good.
Yeah. What about you?
My survive is my uterus is trying to kill me. Like bad. Like I was up in the middle of the night.
It's so horrible.
It was so bad. It's still pretty bad. It's not getting better.
No.
It's bad. And my thrive is I get new pens.
Oh, I just saw those.
Aren't they pretty?
Those are cute.
They're 0.5.
Ooh, they're gel pens. I love me a gel pen.
There's like a periwinkle color. And I feel like this summer I'm gonna start journaling again.
Now, is that colored ink or are they all black?
They're colored ink.
Oh, okay. I'm like, is it the rainbow? Oh, those are beautiful.
They're very pretty. What are you fan of them? Love a good pen.
I know, who doesn't?
Good. So if this is a shorter episode, it's solely because I couldn't.
That's okay. We average between 45 minutes to an hour. Every once in a while, we throw out a 30-minute episode because sometimes it's a heavy amount of editing when we're both like really goofy and like completely zoning out. Or if it's a late night one. Sometimes I leave the late night ones because they're just funny to listen to.
I'd like to say to you, like, I am down to do a recording in the morning.
Yeah.
Because, like, I am the type of person that would love to, like, drink my coffee and chat.
Right.
It's way easier for me. When it hits nighttime, I'm just like, I already want to be in bed.
You're like, why are we doing this? I love you.
I've already completed my to-do list for the day. And now I have to be awake. I'm not going to lie. If we didn't record now, I was going to be like, you're staying over and we'll record.
Yeah, I mean, it is an option. So this week's episode is ADHD and the summer social battery drain.
Really just social battery in general.
Yeah. And Eve started out the episode last week with the fact that she had socialized so much that she was exhausted.
Which I'd like to state, I've said this in a previous episode. Summer is just high saturation.
It really is. It's like 2016 YouTube.
It's like Coachella. Like, it's this like constant need to do something, and I don't. Like, give me a rainy day.
Right?
Any day.
We had a monsoon day the other day. A lot of people in BC did. That was ridiculous.
That I was annoyed with.
I know you were annoyed.
I was annoyed because I had created delicacies, and I could not share them with the group because of the monsoon.
Yeah, the people who got them, though, loved them and said they were delicious.
You know, so I did run too. I'm just going to take out my hair towel because it's kind of sticking on my head. Right now you can smell my hair as we're recording.
Oh, it smells delicious. So have you ever RSVP'd yes with all of the enthusiasm in the world, spent 2 hours picking out an outfit or more, and then panicked and possibly not gone, or just completely dreaded going as soon as it comes?
So this is going to sound really bad, but I don't really get invited to a lot of things.
That doesn't sound bad.
So I don't really I don't really go to things that like would require me to pick out like I keep on hitting the microphone.
I feel like for me, it's always like when it's like a wedding for like picking out outfits and stuff like that. Except unfortunately, even though I listed a retirement letter, I've still been asked to randomly be in people's weddings. Not as of now.
I was like, of who?
Knock on wood.
I haven't been to like weddings. I'm happy to go to. Most events I'm happy to go to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like outspokenly do it.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person though that like if I have a plan and like say you have a plan and you're gonna go to like this craft store to do a craft and then the store's closed, I just want to go home and go to bed.
I know, I'm just like, it ruined my groove. I'm like, what's his name?
It annoys Mom so much because if something gets canceled, I'm like, I just want to go home. She's like, but we could do something else. And I'm like, I don't want to.
It's a 50-50. It depends on how I woke up that day. Ben either gets a, sure, let's go do blah, 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 or me, fuck this, let's go home, I'm over the world.
I don't have the, like, I don't know, if I'm like, I've agreed to an event and then it's like a switch up. It's okay if you're like going for errands and it's like, oh, let's pop into here.
Yeah.
That's different. But if I'm like going to go do something, then if I don't go and do it, then I'd rather just be home.
It's like I have mentally prepared myself for that exact event and nothing outside of that. So I am done now.
Yeah. Which, like, today we'll be talking about why summer parties make our brains implode, barbecues, birthday invites, and group chats. Prepare to feel seen. Jesus Christ, you're part of too many group chats.
Yeah, I chronically get put into group chats.
There's subgroup chats of group chats. I'm the person who's invited to one. Sarah's invited to 14, providing the same group chat. And I'm like, I'm really confused. What group chat are you in?
Oh, sometimes. That's the whole thing. And then there's so many fucking apps. Like, I know that parents complained about, like, probably meetings in the 90s and, like, phone calls. There are so many group chats and apps. Like, you sign your kid up for a sport, they've got, like, Team Snap, Team Link, and then if you want to watch the kids, like, my nieces play baseball, and if I want to watch their games because they're in a different city, I sign on to Game Changer, but I have to make sure that it gets renewed every single season or I can't access anything. And then there's some of them you sign up for your program or whatever sport through that app, but you can only do it online. You can't do it through the app on your phone. And you get notifications through there. They filter emails through there. And then sometimes if you get emails that are filtered through apps, your email's like, this is spam, and you miss something.
I also thought that Team Snap was Snapchat, but in it was a group chat on Snapchat.
Okay, I was so confused. I'm like, what is this? And my friend like laughed because she never states that she's a very technology abled person. What am I trying to say?
Technologically advanced.
Yeah, person. And she goes, oh, it's just an app. And I was like, oh my God, I'm looking all over the place. I'm like, so weird that they're using this for kids Snapchat. She's like, no, it's Team Snap. I was like, oh.
That sounds the same though. When I hear Snap, I hear Snapchat.
Oh yeah. And then it's like, yeah, there's just like all the things. There was another one too, it was like XPS or something, but there's like group chats that are added because of like birthday parties. I'm hoping a lot of people will start using that new app that Apple came out with, which is called Invite, and it's included for free.
There's Facebook too. They add you to.
Okay, this is my whole thing. I know Facebook or Facebook Messenger groups. Anytime you're added, 95% of the time it's spam.
But oh no, mine's always Instagram Messenger that I get.
Oh yeah,
it's like, here, would you like to chat? No,
I do not. But yeah, I don't. That's what drives me nuts is like you can Google stuff. Like, say if you're looking for activities and stuff like that to do in the summertime, you could literally spend hours in a day looking at stuff, and then it either directs you to like Facebook or all these other places, and then it's like it's just a lot. Like, it's like either a website, an app, and I don't like Facebook. It's not my jam. I feel like as soon as you open Facebook, 95% of the time it's old content from the other social media that I'm on and or people bitching.
Oh, I never really pay attention to most of it.
I have a lot of my notifications turned off. I only keep it on because there's a uniform swap thing on Facebook for my kids' school. And I'll be like, ooh, I wish I could be like, actually, there's probably some way to do a Google alert, but I want it to be like, these are the sizes that I'm looking for. And then it's like, sign in and look.
Well, so does it take that much effort just to open it, though?
No, I just forget that it's there because I don't go on it. Yeah, that's my main thing. I know, I just find it like, sometimes it's just like so overwhelming. And then you're in like I'm in like all those chats and they're doing all the things. And like, I understand that the end of the year is like its own adventure, but then I'm literally fucking exhausted. Or I just throw my phone. Not today.
Oh, I don't like, my phone doesn't really blow up with stuff. I usually go through life just going, it's only an hour of my day. Actually, I sat there because I heard, I was talking to somebody that I knew and they were like, oh, that I have to go to this game and it's an hour and a half of my day. And I looked at them and I was like, wow, an hour and a half of your day that you get to watch your child out of 24 hours in a day, which is like 1/60th of your week. And they're like, what? And I'm like, it's 1/60th of your week that you're spending watching a game.
I like watching my kids' stuff.
I literally am like, I told Mom and I'm like, I am so tired of listening to people complain about it because I'm like, I'm happy to be there. I'm happy. Like, this is not like for your child's team.
Oh, yeah.
But like other people like complain and they're like, I want this to be done. I'm like, why? Like, I'm sorry, I would like to get my money's worth if I was paying for my
My
child.
whole thing is money's worth, but also like I can totally understand if your kid's not having a good time. But also, like you said, like it's such a small period of time. Like, what the fuck else are you going to be doing? Paying bills, cleaning, doing all that other boring adult shit that you don't want to do.
Well, like, if you, like, you can have hobbies outside of that, but, like, if you really break down the amount of time that you spend doing that stuff, I understand, like, driving there and stuff like that, planning that type of stuff, but I just sit there and I go, you know, if it makes them happy, like, why are you so angry about it?
Oh, I know. And it's like, I think it comes into like a factor where like some of these like one-off things, like what I was talking about, will come up and you can sign them up for things or they'll be like free stuff. But then it's like all the ones where you have to like spend money, you have to like, I've talked about this before, like preemptively sign up for things. Like the summer camp I signed my daughter up for, I had to do it before spring break in March. And you have to refresh, you have 5 to 7 minutes before all those camps are like filled. And it's like, that is exhausting. Also, researching which ones they want to do before and then making sure, like, I asked my kid, I go, here are the ones when I look through that I would think that you'd have fun doing. And sometimes she's like, I want to read through the other ones. I'm like, perfect. Here's the computer. You can read now. Here you go.
I also feel like, so many people now are like, I'm overstimulated during events and stuff like that. I'm like, I set a timer. If I don't really know who's going to be there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, oh, like barbecues.
Yeah.
A barbecue, say it starts at like 4 p.m. I'm the person that eats a grilled cheese before I go.
Oh, I pre-eat a lot. I have this thing about potluck food. There's some people I will eat their food and other people where I'm like, I have no fucking idea where that's been.
I'm also not the hugest fan of baked goods. Like, I will make them happily. I don't eat a lot of people's. I don't eat a lot of people's food.
I don't either because I just don't know what's in it or like how long it's sat there. There's just so many calculations to the point where it's just easier if I pre-eat.
No, sometimes I'm like, I'd rather just eat whatever, which is fine. But like the people that come in, and usually they're late or they're really early, and then it's like, say it's a lunch barbecue. Starts at noon, 12:30. Which also, can we get behind setting normal times for these things? If you say to me it's a brunch, I'm expecting between 10:30 and 11:30. Yeah, not 1 p.m.
No, that's not brunch. That's brunch food you may want, but that is afternoon.
That's lunch.
Literally, that is lunch.
And then barbecues for lunchtime between 12 and 2.
Yeah.
Those are okay. So if you're making, say, a barbecue at noon, my assumption is this is like a generic barbecue. You're enjoying time together. I don't need to be there for 6 hours where we transition. This is not a day to night look. This is I'm there for a barbecue.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go leave and go home. I probably have a snack when I get home and go to bed.
I do the exact same thing. I mean, my friend lives next door to me and she'll have like a barbecue, like when her family's here from like Alberta. And then her mom laughs because her mom does it too. Is like, we'll be done eating, we'll be sitting outside, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go inside and do some stuff. Like, this is not a whole day event for me. I'll see you guys. And some people will sit outside the whole time. Like, the kids will run around and everything too because our yards are the same. But it's just like, I need that like break, and then I'll come out and play like cards or do whatever. But sometimes I need a couple-hour break, even if I'm just sitting and watching something, because I'll just be like so tired and so exhausted.
I just don't even, like, if it's a 2 hour barbecue, then you come and go. If so, instance, just say, sorry, I have to go home and do laundry. Like,
Yeah.
just be honest. I'm also so, like, why does everyone want to meet at like 7 p.m.?
Oh no, this is the worst. When you're over 30, some people message and go, oh yeah, let's all get together. We'll have dinner. We'll start at 9 p.m. And I go to bed late and I'm like, nope, I'm not leaving my house. I'm in my inside clothes.
My thought process is that when I leave work, if I get changed, okay. If there is anything needs to be done, Mom and I have an understanding. If anything needs to be done, we do it on the way home. As soon as I enter that household, if you ask me to leave again, I'm not going to.
Unless I'm like, I'm going to Costco, you want to come?
That was because I need to go grocery shopping. That's different. But like if someone's like, oh, we're gonna go out to this, no.
No, the later like invites, like I just literally just look at people, and it's so funny now because even my friend like Christy, we're sitting at our one friend's house, and she goes, "Oh, let's like go out or whatever." And another friend's like, "Yeah, go to Whiskey Jack's." I'm like, "It is 10 p.m." And she just looks at me and smiles. She goes, "So we'll see you tomorrow." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to bed." There's no excuse, no lecture, and I think that's the best thing is like when you get to that point where you have friends where you can just like literally, like I'm very honest, and some people will just go on for, "Oh my God, you want to do that? You'll miss this, blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, I don't care. I know my body, and I am going to bed. And even if I actually went home, I had a snack, I chilled, I watched a show, and then I went to bed. And I saw our other friend, and she goes, "Oh, we were only there for like an hour. Like, it would have been fine. Like, what time did you go to bed?" And I was like, "It doesn't matter. I went home, had a snack, watched a show, and went to bed." She goes, "Oh, yeah, good point." I was like, I was in my nighttime setup routine. I was all good.
So who is it to judge? When I say I'm going to bed, I do not mean that I am entering my bed and going to sleep at that time.
Oh, no. My friend Julie and I always laugh about that because she will go to bed. She'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I'm in bed every night at like 9." And everyone's like, "Oh my God, I could never, blah, blah, blah." She goes, "I'm reading." She goes, "And sometimes I will read an entire book and not go to bed till 1 or 2 in the morning because I'm in bed. But I've done my thing. I've washed my face. I've brushed my teeth. I don't need anything else to eat. And I'm reading my freaking book."
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, like I totally get that.
Which, like, I feel like with parties and stuff like that, my generation doesn't really party that much. And, like, birthday parties for kids, people are so dramatic.
Some people are so dramatic. And that's the whole thing is like, I feel like I would rather just people be like open and honest at all times. We've reached the part now where like my kid, there's like boys' parties and girls' parties. And I knew this was coming because this is what happens. And sometimes you kind of get like caught in the middle, but it's so funny how it's like they always have that thing in the school like rules or the school policy or whatever. It's like when you're doing invites, if you're not inviting everybody, make sure that you don't hand them out on school grounds. But then like everybody else does it. And they either hand it out on school grounds or they start like a side chat with their text people. Then it's like people act all weird when you're like, "Oh, what are you doing on this day? Like, is there anything that you can do?" And sometimes people like act all funny. And I appreciate when people look at me and go, "It's actually this person's birthday and they're doing this." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. Good to know. There's not going to be a ton of people there." And
Um, but also, like, I never went through life assuming that I was going to be invited to things.
no,
And then when I didn't, or when I did, I didn't really care.
no, that's the whole thing. Because sometimes you're like, "Oh, this is great. Like, oh, sweet." And other people are going, I'm like, "Oh, well, and just to let you know, in the future, I love doing stuff like that." It's because some people just like don't know. Like there was like a bunch moms who went out, I think it was like in the summer or something last year, and they went and did like rustic chalk, which is like a place where there's a couple different places like around in the areas. Basically, like you go do a craft, use that chalk paint stuff.
It's essentially where like a workspace and the person leads you through how to do a craft, but you can kind of like do whatever.
Yeah, you can kind of do whatever. And they went there, and I was like, "Oh, they went there." I'm like, you know what? I don't think I've ever told anybody that I love to do
Wait, you
crafts.
literally looked at me and you were like, they went there, and I went, did you tell them that you wanted to do that? And you were like, no. And I'm like, okay, so how could they possibly assume that they would know that you would want to do it?
Exactly. And I realized I'm like, oh, well, like they don't really know what I do outside of being Charlie's mom.
It's not even that. It's like sometimes you only find out as you get to know people more.
Yeah.
Like that was also like back when they had only known her for like a year.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't be really offended for things that you don't express or tell them.
Oh, exactly.
It would be like if someone invites me to a wine tasting and I just giggle and go, "Oh, I'm good, thank you." And they're
Oh,
like, "Why?" And I'm like, "I don't drink. I'm sure you'll have a wonderful time, but I feel like me being there would be I don't need to spend $6 on a soda."
no, I think that's funny that you bring up like winery things because I've been invited to like pre-bachelorette events. I'm like, "Oh, I'll just come later." And they're like, "Oh, you don't want to come? We're doing wine tastings at winery." So I'm allergic to beer and wine. I'm allergic to the brewers you sit in it. And they're like, "It's okay. You can eat the food." I'm like, 90% of what they serve is cheese and meat. And so it's like, or I'm going to come pay money because they still make you pay whatever, even if you're not drinking, and just like eat salami, like I'm good.
Oh, I love
Well, you
salami.
watch everybody else and they describe like the notes and the stuff, and I'm like, I don't care about any of this.
Sign me up to a freaking lemonade flight, though.
I saw coffee flights. There's a place that does them in town.
Like, that seems fun. Also, the weird thing is, too, everybody wants to do stuff during the day.
Oh, I know. And that's the whole thing is like, it'll be like, oh, I randomly get this Wednesday off or whatever. And I'm always just like, well, like I don't. So I'm not being antisocial. That sounds super fun. But if you ever do that on the weekend or I don't know, after 5 p.m., then I might be able to come.
Like, I don't understand this. Like, I don't know if it's just like when I see people doing stuff and I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
I know. I think there's a whole thing though about like people overscheduling themselves. And then there's people who, I said, people are like, I underschedule myself. And I'm like, okay. But overscheduling where you're just signing everybody up for everything and then you have to be 18 different places at once, I can 100% see that being overwhelming.
But
I only have one kid.
also, you do that to yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what you sign up to. My thing is, so if I work, that is my only thing on my schedule for that day.
Yeah.
If I do anything else, bonus.
Yeah, because you never know what adventure you're going on.
Yeah, but I'm like, I don't. People will be like, oh, do you want to go to this brewery? Do you want to... No.
No, I don't want to go.
I don't know how hard I have to like explain to people that like even though I don't drink, I don't want to go because being surrounded by alcohol I'm just non-fan. So I'm like,
there's that breweries and pubs though that have really amazing food.
I know, but then that's different. Like I'd rather go for like an experience, not go and everybody's like chugging lagers.
Lagers,
lagers, lager.
I know. I think another thing is just like when people get invited to things, they feel like sometimes they have to give like a definitive yes. And I literally go, I have two different, this is my standard thing. I say, hi, that sounds absolutely great. Given the day that it is, I just have to confirm because basically I have to balance a calendar between two different households. Also, sometimes I have to be like, are children allowed? Because if they're not, then I have to figure that out. People are like, oh, we can't give you a answer. I'm like, no, I can give you one in probably like an hour or two. I have to consult with everybody else.
Oh, no one really asked me, like, direct, do you want to do this or not? Like, I'll be like, oh, I just have to go ask. Like, my friend at work will be like, do we go do this? 1 second. Sorry, can't. This is going up.
I think the Google Calendar really helps with that. Like, I can do like a quick reference of like, oh, maybe I can like squeeze in 30 minutes at the beginning of the school day if Eve is home to make sure that our brother's good. But other than that, it's like usually I go, it's an immediate no. I can usually look, or if I don't want to do something, I go, you know what? Thank you so much, but I'm good.
Also, don't tell people, oh, you were missed there. No, I was not missed there. I was enjoying my bed.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Good day. I don't know. I get like when I see like my social batteries drained, it's like I had different events and I was surrounded by a lot of people. Like I was happy doing it, but I was just tired. When people are like, oh my god, my life is so difficult, and then start listing things, I'm like, but did you die? And they're like, what? And I'm like, did you die?
It depends.
And they go, no. And I'm like, okay, then why are you making it seem like you just died?
Sometimes I think it really depends on the date and it depends on the people where you're just like, I think you need to take a moment and just think about what you just said.
Like, oh my god, I had the worst day in the entire world. Did you die? Did your whole family die in a fire? Yeah. No?
No, nobody died.
Then you know what?
Are you sick?
It wasn't that bad of a day. No. Well, I was really annoyed because someone yelled at me. Okay. But did you die?
Did they hit you? What did they say? Oh, they just said that they didn't like my hair. That doesn't matter.
Oh my god, we're going back to preschool. They didn't like my dress. Okay, do you like your dress? Yes.
I know. It's like when people go, oh, this person bullied me. And I'm like, that's not bullying. If someone has an opinion about something that you wear, they don't really have to say it. But if they say it, especially if they're a kid, they're a fucking kid. They don't really.
Well, also, like, when people are being rude at events, I just avoid them. Like, if they're purposely being rude,
yeah. If
you don't give them a reaction, you just kind of go, okay, have a good day. Other people around you will notice.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I had one, and somebody was like, oddly being like treating me like I was inferior, and I was like, okay, whatever. And one of the people that I was with, the spouse, looked at me and went, man, what a bitch. And I was just like, oh, it's whatever. Like, if you let that many, like, oh, they said this to me and it really affected me, why do you care?
Yeah. What? Yeah, that's an inward look. That's a why. Yeah. Why do you care? What made you in that exact moment give a fuck about what that person said?
Yeah, if I'm at a barbecue and there's no food that I like, wonderful. Then I sneak over and go, we're going to McDonald's on the way out.
Right.
And I'm making it out and going, ugh, I hate three bean salad.
Oh, I went to. It was like a mini like wind up, and they ordered pizza for everybody.
Okay.
So all the pizzas show up, and I was just like, okay, cool. And I'm like, oh God, we're gonna be here for a bit. I'm fucking hungry. Like this. So literally I went outside with their address and I Uber Eats Wendy's because I can't eat the pizza that's there. I didn't complain at the party. I didn't do any of that stuff. I said, and I gave in. And the person who was hosting burst out laughing. They were like, you got Wendy's? And I was like, I can't eat pizza. She goes, oh my goodness, I totally forgot. I'm like, that doesn't matter. You provided food for everybody else, including my husband and my child. I have an allergy. So I've got stuff for myself and the other person who has an allergy.
Also, in 9 tenths out of 10, people around you don't need to cater to your allergy. If you have an allergy, you figure it out.
You bring backup snacks, you pre-eat. Like, I know somebody whose kid has like basically celiac runs in their family. And he's not just lactose intolerant, he's allergic to dairy. And he will pre-eat or bring his own packed lunch when he comes to parties.
Yeah.
And so many people are like, oh my goodness, he'll come over and ask me, he'll be like, do you think that's a safe food? I'm like, I wouldn't eat that. He's like, okay, cool. Like, I don't want to poop my pants. I'm like, yeah. But he will bring his own stuff, but so many people make this like huge thing about it. I make a mental note. Okay, cool. There's this, this, and this. And generally I'll be like, okay, your kid's the only one who has this. Like, what do they want? Like, I'll grab it. And sometimes the parents are like, you do not need to do that. He'll just bring something else. I'm like, okay, because I don't know what a safe food is for that kid. And then other people are like, oh, I don't really care. I'll get them to like pre-eat and stuff like that. Like,
Or just like, there's like a difference between like, oh, I got this, like, making an option.
yeah,
Like, for the treats, I made cupcakes and then I made macaroons for anybody who is gluten free.
yeah.
I am not the type of person to be like, okay, I completely separated stuff like that. I'm sorry, I ain't cleaning my oven. To all the celiac people, I'm so sorry. I'm not cleaning my oven.
No, that's why I always state too, there's a lot of people who don't know about the difference between gluten-free and celiac. They think it's all the same thing. I'm like, no, if you're making a celiac friendly item, that means that you have completely separate everything.
Also, people are quite dumb when they don't know that celiac is an autoimmune disease that is triggered by gluten. It's not that you're gluten intolerant.
Yes.
But it is so frustrating because people will be like, you go to an event, and I know in the summer, I don't trust anything that's orange or yellow,
Yeah.
and that's okay. Have a glass of water, maybe like a couple crackers.
Yeah.
I eat like a bird on a baseline. It pisses. That's the other thing. It pisses so many people off when I go to events because I don't eat. I'm like, oh no, I'm fine. And they're like, do you want this? When there's 15 different types of meats, and I'm like, I'm going to get the meat sweats. And then they're like, oh, we made mango butter, mango fluff. I'm good, thank you.
Ew.
Oh, we made this fancy thing and we added lavender. Oh, I'm okay. Oh, we thought this would be great for peppermint bark. Oh, I'm still good. Like, I will sit there and I will slowly drink. I will put water in a mug so people think that I'm drinking like tea or coffee.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dear God, I just get so annoyed because like I'll sit there and I'll be like, okay, whatever. Like I won't be like, oh, I'm good. Do you want it? No. Stop handing me things.
I know. I think my exhaustion kicks in, whereas if I'm actually hungry and say I didn't pre-plan and like pre-eat and I'm staring at everything and I'm like, who can I ask? But then I don't want to ask because it's like I'm taking off things in my brain. Like, what was this made with? Sometimes, and then people will be like, oh, this will be totally fine. You'll be good. And then you go to get something and they're like, oh, but I put butter in the gravy. Do you think that would be okay? No. No, it would not be okay.
If you have barbecues, maybe write down what you put inside of it.
And also, like, I mean, it's always a fun way. I've seen a lot of people who have done that. And then you can take a picture of the recipe if you like it too. But then also, you don't have to be like running around. That's the whole thing is like, it's not feeling like an inconvenience. It's just being like, do I want to attempt and then feel like shit for the next 4 days?
I'm usually the person that's the tester. Does this have dairy in it? Yes.
Yeah, this tastes delicious. It 100% has dairy in it.
I just like when I hear social battery or like summer's so busy and stuff like that, I'm like, mine's not. I plan nothing.
I feel like summer, it just like society is like, you must get everything done right now because it is hot outside and we're going to have all these outdoor events and we're going to do all these things and you should come to all these things. And there's like signs everywhere. There's all this shit. You're signing up for tons of things. Suddenly people want to like vacate their houses and want to go to like patios and all this other stuff.
It's hot.
It's hot. And like you can do something simple. Like you can go to a beach, you can go to a lakefront. You can go to parks. You can do all these other things, and going there is at no cost. You can bring, for some, please always check the regulations. You can bring like a little barbecue, or you can pre-pack food. Like, I really feel like we need to circle back and bring like the 90s thing where if you go on a road trip or if you're going to the park or anything like that, like bringing food is normal versus buying food.
True. I'm really hungry. So on that note, always stay warped and twisted as ever. Peace.